Okay, friends, here we go. Chapter 5, Mouse Crackers. What could that be all about? A tall wrought iron fence surrounded the old building that had once been the Buttonville Button Factory. The sign hanging from the gate read, "Welcome to Dr. Wu's Worm Hospital. Dr. Wu does not treat cats, dogs, pigs, rats, snakes, turtles, fish, frogs, or any other creatures that is not a worm. Dr. Wu sees worms by appointment only. If you do not have an appointment, keep out." The entry gate was locked with a padlock, and the fence on either side had tips as sharp as swords. But down the sidewalk, behind the clump of trees, Pearl had discovered a section where the tips had rusted away. She and Ben quickly climbed over. As they raced across the overgrown lawn, a few buttons crunched beneath Ben's sneakers. Pearl's legs were longer, making her a faster runner. Even though Ben was just as eager to get to Dr. Wu, to tell her that it was her dragon stealing things, Pearl reached the door first, and a note was taped to the door that read, "The Worm Hospital is closed until it is open." Pearl pounded so hard that the door rattled. Ben might have told her that it was rude to pound on someone's door, but this was definitely an emergency. "Hello? Hello?" she called. Ben fidgeted. He looked over his shoulder, fearing that at any moment a police car would drive up and park outside the gate, and Officer Millie would shout, "Attention, Dr. Wu, come out with your hands up. We know everything." Ben knocked. "Hello?" he called. "It's important. We need to..." And the sound of the deadbolt sliding open, followed by the sound of another deadbolt, and another, and then a couple more. 5? During the last visit, they had been told that a very dangerous person wanted to get inside the hospital. 5 bolts seemed like a good idea, though that sure took a lot of time. Finally, the door flew open. A gentleman stood inside the hospital's entryway. The kids knew him as Mr. Tabby, the assistant to Dr. Wu. But on this day, he looked very different. Instead of his usual pressed trousers and vest, he wore a blue satin bathrobe and matching slippers. His long red hair was wound up in curlers, as was his mustache. "Yes," he said in a very peevish way, his yellow eyes narrowing. "May I help you?" And for a moment, Ben forgot why he and Pearl were standing at the hospital's front doorstep. His attention was drawn to the box held in Mr. Tabby's hands. The label read, "Mackers, mouse-flavored crackers. You'd have to be whackers to eat only one." Mr. Tabby reached into the box and removed a square cracker that appeared to have a long, rubbery tail. Ben cringed as Mr. Tabby popped it into his mouth, slurping the tail in like a spaghetti noodle. "Would you like one?" Mr. Tabby asked after licking his lips. "No, thank you," Ben said, and what he really wanted to say was, "Ew, gross!" "I'll take one." Pearl reached into the box and pulled out a cracker. She held it by its tail. How come it's so furry?" Mr. Tabby ignored the question. "And why are you here?" Ben was about to explain, but Pearl was quicker. "The dragon is stealing things. Lots and lots of things. Victoria saw it. She told her mom. Dr. Wu was going to get in trouble and..." "What dragon?" "The one that lives on the hospital roof." Pearl pointed upward. "We know he lives up there. You don't have to pretend it doesn't. We've seen it flying around." "Yes, and we've come to talk to Dr. Wu," Ben said. Mr. Tabby tapped his foot. "Are you aware that today is not a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday?" "Yes," said Ben. "It's a Tuesday." And are you further aware that you are only supposed to be here on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday? Pearl bounced on her toes. Yeah, we know, but today is Tuesday. Tuesday is my day off. My only day off. And a low growl sounded in Mr. Tabby's throat. Therefore, on Tuesday, matters regarding the known world are not of my concern. Ben still wasn't used to hearing the term known world. That's what Dr. Wu and Mr. Tabby called the real world in which Ben and Pearl lived. There was also an imaginary world, but neither Ben or Pearl had been there. And I bid you good day. And with that, the door slammed shut. The closed note flapped as the 5 deadbolts slid back into place. Can't we talk to Dr. Wu? Pearl hollered. There was no reply, so she sighed. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow. Unless... And her eyes turned upward. No, no. I am not climbing that rusty old fire escape, Ben said. It's 10 floors. We could fall. He had yet to brave the rock climbing wall at his parents' country club, and it was only 4 floors high. But if we go up there, we can tell the dragon to stop stealing things. I already tried talking to it, but it ignored me, Ben said. I don't think dragons understand people language. There was nothing else to be done. They couldn't tell Dr. Wu about the situation today, so they would have to wait until tomorrow. Besides, what if it's a mean dragon? They do breathe fire. Yeah. Okay. Pearl tossed the furry cracker into the grass. I don't have time to climb a building anyway. I have to help my parents at the dollar store. We got a new shipment of socks from China. Ben sighed. Guess I'm stuck playing board games at the senior center. Though relieved he wouldn't be scaling the side of the building, he wasn't looking forward to spending time in that stuffy room with the scent of mentholated arthritis ointment. Once they had climbed back over the fence and were safely on the sidewalk, Pearl scrunched up her face as if she had stubbed her toe. I'm worried about getting into trouble. She spat her gum into a garbage can. I told Victoria about the dragon. Does that mean that I broke the contract of secrecy? Ben mulled it over and thought about it. There had been a lot of writing on the piece of paper that they had both signed, and a lot of very small type. He hadn't read all the way through. I can't be certain, but I think you're safe. You didn't say anything about Dr. Wu, and you didn't say anything about her taking care of imaginary creatures. Pearl pulled a pack of Dollar Storm gum from her pocket. She unwrapped a piece and popped it in her mouth, and then she handed one to Ben. Do you think I'm gonna get fired? No, Ben said as he chewed, but the worried look on Pearl's face didn't go away. I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out tomorrow. And I guess you will have to wait to find out as well. Have a great day.